Mark, how would you rate it like 1 out of 10, the Mortal Kombat film?
Uh, I'd say a 6 or 7. It was pretty good, As far as like just dumb fun goes, which is really all you could really expect out of a Mortal Kombat movie, I'd say it was all right.
Yeah. Although the movie got the fatality from the games right, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, they did. They did. They got the fatalities right. They hit all the right notes and everything. As my son would say, he said it. He said the thing. So where they mentioned what Kung Lao said, flawless victory when he,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
yeah,
that.
and all that. Shang Tsung saying finish him and all this. Uh,
Although the actor that they got to play Shang Tsung was lame as hell. He played the accountant from The Dark Knight, right?
yeah, yeah, he did. He did. He was. Yeah. And thank you for that. I knew I had seen him somewhere else. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it didn't quite stand up to the guy they had in the first film, but
Yeah, exactly. Like the Shang Tsung from the 1995 Mortal Kombat was so much better.
yeah, hmm
And, and guys, like the way he says "your soul is mine" in the movie was so fucking lame. It was so lame.
it really was. It really
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
But
yeah. Seriously, the actor they got to play Shang Tsung in the movie was a huge case of a miscast. They
it
should have
really
gone
was.
someone else. It really was.
Yeah, they because I did appreciate the storyline between um Sub Zero and Scorpion. So
Yo, oh
although
yeah,
I have
that
to
was
say,
really
I
good.
wonder why. I had to wonder why Sub Zero was speaking Chinese to him, because when he understands Japanese, I mean, because he said he spoke Japanese to his son. So I'm like, why are you speaking Chinese to him? He doesn't speak Chinese. I mean, uh, just speak Japanese to him. So I mean,
Wow, you
yeah,
oh my god, you actually noticed that? I didn't notice that.
yeah, yeah, because it's in the subtitles. It said in Chinese, and he says, and Scorpion says to him, "I may not understand your words, but I will kill you." So
I mean, if he can
and
speak
I thought
Japanese to
that
his
was a
son,
little
speak Japanese
strange.
to the
Yeah,
guy. Yeah.
I can forgive it. It's just a little thing. I can overlook little things like that. But I mean, that just kind of came into my mind. I'm like, why is he? Because I noticed that one because I watched. They released the first 7 minutes of it, and I watched it with my son last night. The first 7 minutes, and I noticed that it did. So I'm like, why is he speaking Chinese to him when he just spoke Japanese to his son? So why not? Why isn't he just? I didn't even realize Sub Zero was Chinese. By the way, I
Yeah.
thought they were both Japanese. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that. So
Yeah. And look, the final fight between like Cole Young, Scorpion, and Sub Zero was
yeah,
great.
yeah,
But
yeah. That was good. That was good with
yeah,
them teaming up against Sub Zero. That was pretty good.
yeah. And
That
but I will say this though. What I really the worst part about the film that I hated was Kano.
Yeah.
Kano
Oh,
was so
really?
annoying.
I thought Kano was great. I thought he's supposed to be annoying though. He kind of reminded me of Boomerang in Suicide Squad in that respect. He's supposed to be a jackass. He's supposed to just be kind of a jerk. So it like you just know he's going to turn. You're just waiting for it.
Well,
So
basically, well, no, Kano is the kind of jackass who I just want to reach out in the screen and fucking strangle
yeah,
because he was so
exactly.
annoying.
Which is pretty much how he is in the game, if you think about it. So in that sense, he kind of just did a perfect job in that sense. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And look, the have you listened to like the new remix theme they did of Mortal Kombat? It really doesn't sound good at all.
it didn't really do it for me. It didn't really
Yeah,
do it for me. I would have just kept
it
the
has all
original.
the dubstep shit that I don't really like, and
Yeah,
yeah.
it. I like the original one. I mean, I would have.
I mean, as
It was
much of a
all
piece,
right, but
yeah, as much of an atrocity Mortal Kombat Annihilation was, the theme song in that movie was great.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
the
it was.
only good thing about that movie, but
It was the theme song exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. I don't know if the whole thing with Cole Young supposed being the descendant of Scorpion. I don't know if that was supposed to be a surprise. They didn't say it before this, but if so, they gave it away way too early because where it says it right there, where it says, where he's, there's a prophecy that his bloodline will, it will save Earthrealm. I'm like, oh, okay, so he's obviously Scorpion's descendant because you could hear him trying to get to the baby, and the baby survived, obviously. So, I
Yeah,
mean, so it's like,
they already like heavily implied it in the beginning of the movie, so it wasn't that big of a secret.
it really was not. I'm like, if you're trying to make that a surprise, I mean, that's not much of a surprise, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you just gave it away. So, I mean,
and Cole Young. Okay, so I just realized this. He's not actually a character from the games. He's like a completely new original character.
Yeah, and there was a lot of speculation that maybe he would be, maybe he would turn out to be Johnny Cage. You know, like that would maybe he'd be his stage name or whatever. But there was obviously that Johnny Cage tease in the end. You know, so
yeah.
You know, I don't think I'm giving away too much here, but I mean, where he, you know, they're going off to find more fighters. You know, so he goes to. You know, you see the little poster with Johnny Cage, but I mean, I kind of do. I do hope we get another one just because I want to see Johnny Cage. So.
Yeah. Dude, they should get Ryan Reynolds to be Johnny Cage. He would be perfect as Johnny Cage.
He would be. That's a great idea.
Like his personality. I know that he would technically be playing himself, but his personality fits Johnny Cage.
Exactly. Yeah. I thought it would be interesting to see, you know, the guy who they modeled Johnny Cage after, Jean-Claude Van Damme, even though he's up there. You know, Johnny Cage, I think at one point he was supposed to kind of be a past his prime actor. So, I mean, and he's still in great shape. So, I mean, I think it would be interesting to kind of see it. He may be a little too old now, but yeah, Ryan Reynolds will probably be perfect. So.
Exactly. And look, the other problem is Cole Young, the new character. I mean, he's pretty boring. I mean, he's not really that good.
I didn't really connect with him that much. I didn't really connect with him.
I mean, they did establish that he had a family and kids, but we didn't really spend enough time with them to actually give a shit about them. And it doesn't really say anything about his character. So
yeah, exactly. I care more about his daughter and his I thought his daughter and his wife in the short time they were on screen had more personality than he did, you know, because I mean she actually picks up an axe and said screw this, just
exactly.
slams it right into him just like a badass. It's like screw this, you know.
And they also gave Cole Young the powers of Black Panther in the sense that he absorbs hits and projects them back.
Yeah, seriously, I mean, oh God, but I mean, I would just. I don't know. I wasn't that impressed with him. I didn't really kind of connect with him that much. So
and look, Raiden in the movie, like he says he can't fight because he can't intervene. Dude, you can't fight. You can't intervene. You're already transporting these fighters into different realms here and there. You already intervened.
He's already intervened.
Your rules. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And like Shang Tsung said at the beginning of the movie. You don't win tournaments by following the rules. You don't do that.
He told the truth, right? He was right. He really just proved Shang Tsung right. You know, I mean, so I guess he would justify it by saying, well, Shang Tsung was already breaking the rules. So, I mean.
Exactly.
You know, he kind of had that. They did mention that at the end. You know, he said, I thought you said you couldn't intervene. He just kind of gives a little wink to him, you know. So, I mean.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I really hope Shao Kahn appears in the sequel, if there will be a sequel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought Reptile was done really well.
Syzoth?
Yeah, Syzoth. Yeah.
I
thought he was done really well. Yeah.
Yeah, he was done well, but I don't really like.
I like the CGI on him.
Yeah, but I don't really like the fact that they made him some mindless animal because in the games he could talk, he could speak.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
And Devin, what did you like about the movie?
First things first, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you okay.
Yeah, I did. I had to use my old Chromebook because for some reason it doesn't let me do it on my phone.
Actually, dude, your audio here sounds way better.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great.
Huh, I never thought my old Chromebook with the cracked screen and the down button misses would work so well, but here we are.
Yeah. Wait, Aiden, who's that?
That's Kavari.
Oh, hey, Kavari. Mark, just so you know, this is like we're all from the Storm Nation community and Robert Storm's community. You know, the guy who got pissed off that a fucking foreign film won Best Picture.
Yeah.
We basically
you've heard of him?
What's that?
You've heard of him?
Robert Storm?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we met on his community tab. That's how we know each other.
Wow. I've heard of him. Yeah, I've heard of him.
Exactly. And look. I know Rob on a personal level. He's a nice guy. It's just that sometimes he can, be frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see the vaccine stream, Mark?
What's that?
I sent him a clip of that. Do you remember when I made him lose his shit and then he like
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
he called fuck you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, they were arguing about the vaccine, and Rob got basically raged quit.
I was on that stream.
I know.
Devin, you were like sitting back holding your cat. You were like, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, it was mostly Rob and Anzo who were arguing with Geeky Guy, but Devin was kind of arguing a little bit. Strike and Adam just stayed out of it completely.
It's a shame I didn't buy alcohol that night. All right, so
I have to wait another year before I'm legally qualified to get drunk on the screen.
So anyway, my thoughts on the movie. Keep in mind, I haven't played the games, so I'm just looking at this as a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what I thought about it, I just thought it was just a generic action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see why.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, there were cool fight scenes, but other than that, didn't really do anything else for me. Like, honestly, I don't even think Cole Young was worth the frustration. He was just generic. He was just a generic. Oh, you're the chosen one, main character. You're gonna do great things. You are going to be the ultimate fighter. He's just and
Those are one thing. Yeah, a lot of tropes in this one.
Yeah, a lot of tropes. And I don't even remember. Besides Cole Young and some of the other main characters, I don't even remember anyone else's name.
Yeah. Honestly, they should have just made Liu Kang the main character of the movie.
Yeah, he was a lot more interesting. Yeah.
Although, guys, let me make this clear. I actually realized I had more fun watching the 1995 film than I did this one. I mean, the
1995 film is still a lot of fun. It's still a lot of fun.
It really is fun. Although I'm very confused on why they made Raiden a white guy, even though he was Asian in the games.
Sure, why not?
Well, you know what? As an old Highlander fan from the '80s, I still gotta love Christopher Lambert. You're right. Yeah, and that Raiden really should have been Asian, but I still love Christopher Lambert. Man, there could only be one. So
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And not only that, like the movie, apparently Cabal and do you remember the scene where Cabal was like manipulating Kano into backstabbing the other guys?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like through the portal. I'm like, Cabal and Kano, you guys literally wanted to kill each other just like 5 minutes ago, and now all of a sudden you guys are cool with it. I mean, Cabal has every reason to want to kill Kano. He put him in an iron lung, and yet,
exactly. Cabal, by the way, was a great character. I really liked him. Yeah. Cabal was great. He's the asshole. Put me in this iron lung. He's a real creep. You're gonna love him.
Yeah. And when Prince Goro showed up, I squeaked like a little girl.
Oh yeah. He looked.
Goro was awesome.
Goro looked terrific. Yeah. And the thing is, like you said, death is just another portal, so they can always bring them back. So.
I mean, Shang Tsung can bring people back. He did it in the video game, so
yeah, exactly. So
why not? Yeah.
Right.
And what was I gonna say? Look, in the next movie, if there will be a sequel, because I don't know if this movie will actually like make money. In the sequel, they gotta bring back Shao Kahn.
Yeah,
Shao Kahn would be a perfect villain for the sequel.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think should play Shao Kahn?
The guy who played Shredder in the 2014 Mortal Kombat, not 2014 Ninja Turtles movie.
That'd be good.
Yeah, his name is. Let me look him up. His name is Toharu Masamune. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's pretty old. He's like 60, but he would be a perfect Shao Kahn.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I mean, he could still do it. Yeah.
Or they just could have gotten that guy to play Shang Tsung.
I'm about to say, he could have played Shang Tsung. Yeah, he could have easily played Shang Tsung. Yeah.
And Devin, Aiden, you guys gotta agree that the way Shang Tsung in this movie said, "Your soul is mine," is so lame.
That I don't know. I thought it was cool just hearing that line. keep in mind, I haven't seen the original Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
Dude, the original Kombat. I mean, it was what I had so much more fun with that film than I did this, because the problem with this movie is that it kind of drags a lot in the second act.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah.
Just
And,
saying that
that what?
that whatever the guy his name is, bearded guy McTerminator.
Yeah.
That dude.
Oh, the Kano?
Oh, yeah, Kato, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy, I don't know how you feel about him, but that guy annoyed the fuck out of me.
Me too. Like, I mean, I know, I get that he was annoying in the games, but
Yeah.
sometimes
Christ, shut the fuck up.
I know sometimes things in the
He
games.
did me too. I get what you're saying. He did me too. But me, I just look at it as that's what he's supposed to be. You know, I mean, that's kind of his role. You know,
I mean,
so,
Mark,
yeah,
I
he's there
understand.
to annoy the hell out of you.
I understand that, but the problem is
yeah.
that sometimes the things in the games don't translate well into movies.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, I thought he was annoying in the games too.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, I was looking at it even from a cinematic perspective. A character like that, like any villain that you really, really hate, they're doing that job. The actor's doing their job because you're supposed to hate them. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of got that. That's the way. That's the reason I kind of give him credit. Really, even more of a cinematic sense. You know, he's supposed to be a bad guy. So I mean, he's supposed to annoy you. You know. So, yeah, it was very satisfying to see Sonya Blade kicking back and finally.
Exactly. Like, dude, when Kano got stabbed in the eye and died, I literally cheered. Like, yeah.
Like, oh, thank God he's dead.
But that's why he's supposed to make you feel that way. So when he finally dies, you know,
But then it's heavily implied that he's going to return in the sequel, since Shang Tsung is going to bring him back from the dead, and we're going to have to suffer through him again. Oh God!
I pass me an egg roll. I'll shove that sombrero up your ass. I'm like, shut up! Just shut the fuck up,
dude. I don't know.
Come here, looking motherfucker.
I don't know if I'm going too far with this, but he was kind of like the Jar Jar Binks of this movie, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Not wrong, exactly. Yeah.
And dude, like that scene in the table when Liu Kang and Kung Lao were insulting the shit out of him, I'm like, oh my God, just perform a fatality on this guy already, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes. I'm like, oh dear God, finally, jeez, just let this guy have it.
Like, put this asshole in his place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, if I wanted to rate the movie, I would say it's like a 5.5, 6 out of 10 for me. It's an average movie at best.
I'd say about a 6. Yeah, I think about a 6.
How would you rate it, Devin?
Jazz, I'd say I'm with you. It's definitely like a 5.5 or a 6. Like it's an average generic action movie. Yeah, there's cool action scenes, but other than that,
and that's the problem a lot of video game movies face. It's just a lot of fan service, and the same here. It's a lot of fan service, but after that, there's not much that's just that compelling about it.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
you really had to, like, if you didn't know what Outworld and Earthworld was and all that, then you would kind of be lost in this film. I mean,
exactly.
I was because sorry.
Yeah,
because I mean, they don't even bother explaining that. They did in the '95 film, not in this one though. They just jumped right into it. So
exactly.
Like I didn't know what they were talking about, just because like I said as soon as I logged on, I've never played the games.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I haven't played the games a whole lot. I mean, I remember when it first came out. It was a huge hit. And I played it some. But like I haven't like kept up with it and played it through the years. My son has played it a lot more than I have, even than the latest ones of Mortal Kombat 11. But I mean, so he knows more than I did. But I mean, I know enough.
Exactly.
The basic story.
Exactly, and the fatalities in the movie were done very well. I'll say that.
The fatalities were great. Yeah, the fatalities.
And okay, moving on from Mortal Kombat. Have you guys watched the finale to Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I have not seen that yet. I have not seen it yet. I have not seen it yet.
I'm not done.
You go ahead. I don't mind spoilers.
Okay. So basically, the Falcon finally becomes Captain America.
Yeah, figured.
Finally, and for some odd reason, in a complete shift of character, John Walker is a good guy again. Like in the finale, he actually ends up saving people, becomes a good guy again for some reason.
Jeez. Why? He had such potential as a villain.
Yeah, exactly. Like, however, in the end of the episode, he gets the black version of his costume. U.S. agent.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So he does.
Yeah.
So he does end up becoming U.S. agent.
Yeah, he does end up becoming U.S. agent, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, Contessa de Fontaine, it's heavily implied that she's actually going to recruit him for Hydra, since in the comic book she was actually a Shield agent who defected to Hydra.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
I honestly can't wait for season 2 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, because this first season was kick-ass.
Are they even planning a season 2? That's my question, because there's not going to be a season 2 of WandaVision, because they put that in for miniseries. They put that up for best miniseries for the Emmys. Yeah. So apparently they just intend that to be a miniseries. I'm wondering if they're doing the same for this, because is he even the Falcon anymore? Is he Captain America? What would you call it next? Captain America and Winter Soldier, or what? I mean,
yeah, Captain America and Winter Soldier. Maybe make it into a movie one day. I don't know.
They are doing Captain America 4.
Probably a movie.
Yeah, they're definitely doing Captain America 4. Although I still stand by that Captain America Civil War was really fucking disappointing.
It really was. Yeah,
it really was. It was such a letdown. And
I still stand by this. The movie should have been called Avengers Civil War.
Yeah.
Yes.
The movie didn't feel like a Captain America movie. It felt more like an Avengers.
Did not. Yeah. I agree with Devin. He's spot on on that, because it really should have been an Avengers film.
You have to keep in mind, like, the movie. The problem with the movie is that they shouldn't have had a villain in between it, like not Zemo, not Crossbones. They should have just had the Avengers getting broken up and splitting into two and fighting each other. I mean, they said that the reason they included Baron Zemo in there was so they can try and break the Avengers up and divide them, but they were already being divided before he came into the scene.
Exactly.
So
why do you need Zemo?
Yeah, they were all being.
My thing is, they hadn't laid any groundwork for this, because they went out of their way in the previous Avengers films to avoid any kind of casualties and make it clear that they were trying to avoid any casualties. And now all of a sudden it's an issue.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my thing is, if they had to lay that groundwork before, then they wouldn't have needed that whole scene with Crossbones and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah, you have to keep in mind, the entire reason the Sokovia Accords should have happened is just because of the events of Age of Ultron, like because it's called the Sokovia Accords.
Exactly. Yeah. And my thing is, it really was Tony's fault anyway, because it was his hubris that led him to create Ultron. So
I mean, I rewatched Civil War again last week. It did not hold up well the second time, although it was very hypocritical for Thunderbolt Ross to criticize the Avengers for creating casualties. Yet wasn't he the same asshole who gave a clearly unstable soldier the super soldier serum, who eventually became the Abomination, and then fucking Bruce Banner had to come in and clean up
Harlem? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that guy. Exactly.
Just saying.
The guy who blew up half a college trying to capture Bruce Banner so he could have his back.
What a hypocrite!
Seriously, I mean, geez.
You were going to say, Devin?
How much damage has this guy done chasing the Hulk if you just leave him alone?
Yeah.
I mean,
you were going to say something, Devin?
I still stand by this. The Incredible Hulk fucking rules.
Yeah.
That movie was great. That was a great movie. Yeah. That was a great movie, Devin. I agree with you. I don't know why they didn't make another.
What's your name?
The returns were disappointing, but God, it was so good.
What's your name, dude?
Mark Thompson. Mark,
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Devin. Nice to meet you.
A lot of people don't talk about that movie that much, and they should.
They really should. It was a really good Hulk film. It was really good.
There are people that like the Ang Lee Hulk movie than the Incredible Hulk.
Hey, I mean, God, it's really good, And honestly, there are parts of the Ang Lee film I do kind of like, but I mean, that was a mixed bag for me, because I mean,
oh my God, it's so boring. The Hulk fucking looks like Shrek. He looks like Shrek.
He really does. He really does.
I mean, as good as an actor as he is, Nick Nolte was honestly the worst part of that film for me.
Yeah. I mean, the thing they did with the Absorbing Man. In the comic books, the Absorbing Man wasn't really related to Bruce Banner in any way.
Yeah.
So the fact that they made him his dad was weird.
God. Yeah, that was just weird. I mean,
yeah,
but I really did like this film, and maybe a lot of it did have to do with Ed Norton. Ed Norton's a heck of an actor.
Honestly,
we're talking about the 2008 Hulk now.
Yeah.
Just got back.
We're already done with Mortal Kombat, so
Nice.
there's not much to talk about it. But you see, Edward Norton, the only reason Kevin Feige fired him is because he knows he wouldn't have agreed with his vision for future films. And honestly, after seeing
he refused to come back. Yeah, he refused to come back. Ed Norton just refused to come back because he really disagreed with the ending. He really did. He did not want I think he did not want him to be able to control it and have him use it as a good guy. So I mean, because he just wanted, he takes his acting very seriously. He
really does. I mean, he wants, like, I even remember, I don't know if this is true, but in the movie Red Dragon, he was actually in the editing room and told the editor what to put in and what not to put in. That's how serious he was about it. And honestly, guys, I'm actually glad that Edward Norton.
One of my favorite actors too. One of my favorite actors.
He really is. He really is. American History X is my favorite film of his.
Oh,
actually,
God,
no.
Please.
Yeah, Fight Club is my favorite film of his.
Yeah, two of these streams in a row where you mentioned Fight Club. You mentioned it. Last night.
Whoa, we're not supposed to talk about that.
Fight Club is always worth talking about. Well, you're not supposed to talk about Fight Club.
Oh yeah,
guys, let me make this clear.
Talk about Fight Club.
Guys, let me make this clear. If I don't make it on next time Scream,
Scream.
Next time stream, then maybe they got to me because I slipped. Yeah. Yeah. Not supposed
you're lost.
Yeah. And all of that, like, I'm actually glad that Edward Norton didn't like stay around from the MCU, because after seeing how they butchered the Hulk's character in Ragnarok and in Endgame, I'm like, yeah, it's best he didn't come on.
How do you think Edward Norton would have been as Professor Hulk? I think he would have been a really good Professor Hulk.
He pretty would. Although you have to keep in mind, although his design of the Hulk didn't kind of look like him, seeing his voice come out of that Hulk's voice would be a little bit weird.
Yeah, it would be weird.
Yeah. And I still stand by this. The Incredible Hulk's design looked way better than Mark Ruffalo's design.
It did.
Yeah, it was way more comic accurate.
Yeah.
They got to stop making the Hulk look like Shrek.
They really
do. They really do. The Hulk should look mean, man. The Hulk should look
like Shrek. The one from the 2003 movie looked like Shrek.
He did look like Shrek.
In the 2003 Hulk, I'm expecting the scene where Bruce is looking in the mirror and he sees the Hulk's reflection.
Yeah.
And the Hulk comes out and says, "Puny human."
Yeah.
I was expecting him just to grab Bruce and go, "Why are you following me? What are you doing in my swamp?
What are you doing in my swamp?"
and not only that, like in the 2000 in fucking Infinity War, I actually thought that Mark Ruffalo was gonna like burst out of the Hulkbuster and transform into Hulk. Like
that would have been
when he got like
that would have made more sense. That's what I wanted. I really hated in Infinity War how they just kind of, it seemed like they just kind of castrated the Hulk. It's like, oh my God, what did you do to him?
When he got gang attacked by the Outriders and they butchered the Outriders too. The Outriders are nothing like they were in the comics. But when he got gang attacked by the Outriders, like I actually thought he was gonna burst out of the Hulk suit and become full-fledged Hulk, but that didn't happen.
I wanted that rematch between Hulk and Thanos.
Yeah, that would have been so amazing to see in Endgame. It would have made Endgame a lot better.
Say what you will about Hulk in Endgame. He was responsible for bringing everyone back, so he deserves some credit.
Yeah, he does.
I still refuse to. I know, like, people say blip now. How I've always seen it is the first snap. That's when Thanos, snapped everyone out of existence. I see the blip as everybody coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. But in Far From Home, they did say that everyone got blipped out of existence in the first snap. So,
well, that was the same movie that called the Spider Sense the Peter Tingle.
Oh my God, it was so fucking stupid. Jesus Christ.
They actually said the Peter Tingle. Oh my God.
Like
I don't.
When she says Peter Tingle, does that make anyone think of him being horny?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, wow, what is Peter doing? Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, Mark, I know you're a married man, but Marissa Tomei, she makes my Peter tingle. That's for sure.
Oh my God, Jesus, she's been gorgeous ever since I've been on her ever since my cousin Vinny. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
She's still
Well,
gorgeous.
I actually first saw her in the movie. It was the first movie I saw her in. It was with Robert Downey Jr. She actually works with Robert Downey Jr. on a movie once. They played a couple in that movie, which is very coincidental.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Although a lot of people have defended them casting a younger actress to play Aunt May as if, well, she's supposed to be Peter's aunt, not Peter's grandmother.
I don't mind her being younger. It just make her feel more like an aunt. She feels more like the cool older sister.
No, she feels more like the cool MILF that everyone tries to hit on.
Which she is. Yeah. She literally is. I mean,
when I look at Aunt May, I don't want to think I want to fucking bone you.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to think when I look at Aunt May. Yeah. And besides, we live in a world where
she's always been old. She's always been old in all the media, in comics and everything. She's always been old. And you have to keep in mind, in real life, aunts and uncles can be any age. Like my uncle is 50 years older than me, so I don't really mind them. We have great aunts too, I mean, she could have been a great aunt, I mean, who knows? But I mean, she's always, to me, I don't know, the one from the Tobey Maguire film, she will always be.
Yeah, she'll always be.
I mean, I liked all the others too. I mean, and she does a good job, I mean, we're amazing as an actress, So,
let me make this clear. That Aunt May has one thing over the other two Aunt Mays. That speech she gave Peter in Spider-Man 2.
The best Aunt May is the one in Into the Spider-Verse. Now that was a badass Aunt May.
Yeah, she was.
Into the Spider-Verse is just.
She was really good.
Into the Spider-Verse is the definitive Spider-Man movie. That movie is perfect.
It really was. Yeah, it was great.
Really. Guys, let me make this clear. The only thing I am looking forward to in No Way Home is seeing all three Spider-Men on screen together. I mean, it's pretty much obvious. It's pretty much obvious that Tobey and Andrew are going to be on screen since. Andrew's stunt double from the Amazing Spider-Man movies was actually spotted on the set of Far From Home.
Oh, okay.
Why are they bringing them back? It makes no fucking sense.
Why wouldn't
you sound like you belong in Charlie Brown? You're like wah 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 wah.
And Devin actually works at Wawa, so it kind of.
I do, but
so it's cool. Yeah.
I have been vocal about this since that rumor went around. Them bringing back Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Jamie Foxx, Alfred Molina, Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell is Alex. Skeletor. Bringing back Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern. That I've been vocal about this. That is a stupid fucking idea.
Yeah,
it is a terrible idea, and it's too early.
And exactly. And guys, let me make this clear. At this point, who isn't in Spider-Man 3?
Yeah.
I mean, you know who I'm looking forward to seeing in Spider-Man 3? I'll give you a hint, geeky guy. Your shirt.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, they did confirm that Charlie Cox is in the movie. He's going to be playing Matt Murdock, and he's gonna be defending Peter since everyone thinks he's a murderer.
Oh, yeah. I think I heard that rumor too.
Here's what I'm worried about.
Guys, let me make this clear. You want to know what would make No Way Home a way better movie? If they save the Spider-Verse crossover for another film, and they had the third film, No Way Home, instead of it being Spider-Verse, have Spider-Man and Daredevil team up, and have Kingpin be the main villain, have him break out of prison somehow, and have him be the villain of the movie. That would have been.
I think there's two kind of things going on here, guys. I think one, they're clearly going hard into this whole multiverse idea since like several of their films. I mean, Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man is going to. No Way Home is supposed to have. No Way Home is supposed to be multiverse. Doctor Strange into the multiverse of madness. They're clearly leading hard into that, the whole multiverse idea. And what I think another thing is, Sony's been trying for years to get the whole to get the Sinister Six. So I think this is their whole shortcut to the Sinister Six. So
yeah. Although, okay,
I think you may have something about Kingpin too. I mean, you may have a point about Kingpin. Who knows? They may have Kingpin being the one who assembles them. Who knows?
I want Kraven.
Yeah, Kraven would be a perfect Spider-Man villain, to be honest.
Oh God, yeah, Kraven would be great.
Or Carl Urban.
Yeah, or Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler would be a good Kraven.
Gerard Butler would be. Yeah.
Yeah. And guys, how about this? Jason Momoa is Craven.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, he looks like. He
should be a badass Craven.
By the way, guys, I actually might have to take back what I said. I actually doubt that Charlie Cox will be in the movie because the only sources I could find that say that he'll be in the film were not very reliable.
Was one of them We Got This Covered?
Yes, we got this covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got this covered.
I got bamboozled by We Got This Covered. I never thought the day would come when I'd say that. Jesus Christ.
Heroic Hollywood and We Got This Covered and Grace Randolph. Those are not good sources.
Yeah. Fuck Grace Randolph.
No, you know.
Oh my God! When she starts off every single one of her videos, so. Oh my God.
Dude, her voice annoys me. Wow, do you see?
And guys, look, I bet you. Did you guys like the new Shang-Chi trailer?
Oh yeah,
it was pretty good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Guys, I bet you $100. I bet you $100.
I still need to see it.
Yeah, that midway through the movie, they're gonna reveal that the Mandarin becomes a villain because Tony Stark didn't attend his birthday party one time or something.
It would surprise me. Jeez, every single villain. I wonder every single villain in the Spider-Man has faced so far has had some kind of grudge against Tony Stark.
Exactly. And then when Norman when Norman Osborn shows up in a future MCU movie, they're gonna reveal that he becomes a villain because Tony Stark cut him off in traffic one time.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Mark. All right. So here's what they're gonna do with Rhino, and I have my sources. All right, you ready, Mark?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So in the MCU, the Rhino transferred from Russia. You know, he had a hard time fitting in. He was a bit of an outcast, and then eventually he became the mascot for Peters High School. Before they were the Tigers, they were once known as the Rhinos. When he became the Rhino, you know, everyone loved him.
Oh, okay.
And then they changed the mascot to the Tigers. And who was responsible for changing the mascot to the Tigers?
Tony Stark.
Tony changed the mascot to the Tigers because his nickname was Tony the Tiger after his favorite cereal, Frosted Flakes. So the school mascot became the Tigers. Rhino got pissy and in denial, stole a Rhino costume, and then went on a rampage.
Okay, sounds like there you go.
It's not even like a mechanized like Rhino costume. It's just like a mascot outfit or like feety pajamas like in the comics.
So that was so awful. Jeez. I wanted to walk out of the theater after I saw that. What a waste of a good actor. I mean, like, here's this guy, Paul Giamatti's one of the best actors of our day, really. You know, I mean, this guy's phenomenal when he wants to be, when he has a good script. Dear God, I don't know what they did with him in that film. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You can cut him out and nothing would change.
Yeah, exactly. It was just that awful. I mean,
you want to know what would have made The Amazing Spider-Man 2 just a little bit better? If they had just ended the movie with Peter quitting being Spider-Man because he feels guilty of Gwen's death, and that's it. Okay, don't have Paul Giamatti come back, because the problem with the Rhino fight was that we didn't see the aftermath of it. It would have been cool if we actually see Spidey going up against the Rhino and defeating it, but no, the movie just
it just stopped. Yeah,
and then right there, and then when the credits roll, I'm like, what?
Yeah. And then Spider-Kid's looking at him like,
oh yeah, that little stupid little kid running towards the Rhino in his costume.
I will defeat you, Rhino.
You're a little fucking kid going up against a mechanized walking death machine. What are you gonna do?
Stupid kids. What is it with super kids in Spider-Man movies? In the original Spider-Man, there was that kid who was just standing there when the thing was falling. Even Toby, move, kid. Come on.
Yeah.
What is it with stupid kids in Spider-Man movies?
He's like an antelope in headlights. Like that kid in the first Spider-Man film, and the stupid idiot kid who ran towards the Rhino in the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2. They are great arguments for abortion, if you ask me.
Ouch. That's savage, man.
Yeah, that really is savage. But basically, although The Amazing Spider-Man 2, what did really piss me off about that movie was the fact that, you know, Peter Parker, he's supposed to be like a highly intelligent nerd, right?
Yeah.
And yet there was one montage scene where he literally watched a science video made for fucking 8-year-olds on how electricity works. Like, he's supposed to be a nerd. He should already know how this thing works.
Andrew, I still stand by the Andrew Garfield. I don't care. I will die on this hill. Andrew Garfield is a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire.
I like them both, honestly. I like them both for different reasons.
Well, in the immortal words of the dude, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
I know it is.
That's what Adam said.
I think Toby was, I think Toby was more the old classic kind of '60s Spider-Man. He was more of a classic nerd. His Peter Parker was more of a classic nerd. Whereas Andrew Garfield feels Peter Parker was more updated.
I agree.
Modern, he's more of a loner.
Yeah. I can see why. Although like
Geeky Guy thinks he was too. Andrew Garfield was too good looking to play Peter Parker.
Yeah, he really was. Guys, let's be honest. Would a guy like really think about it? Would a guy who dresses up and looks just like Andrew's Peter really get picked on in high school? He looks like a guy who would be respected in school rather than a guy who would
anyone can get picked on.
I gotta say though, he had Spider-Man nailed though as far as the one-liners and everything.
Yes,
the guy who's taking on the one mugger, he's like, "Oh my god, oh no, sharp knives!"
Guys, to be honest with you, the sharp knives line in the trailer was actually funnier than the one we got in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why they do that. They cut things out of the movie and show them in the trailer and then cut them out of the movie.
I mean, look, Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, he was decent, but as Peter Parker, he was a terrible Peter Parker. Yeah.
And then you have and then you got Tom Holland, who's a good Spider-Man in not his movies.
No, he's not fucking Spider-Man. He's Iron Boy Jr.
He is Iron Man Jr.
I think you're right. He's a better Spider-Man. Like in Civil War, he was a good Spider-Man. I mean, he was. And I love the line that he had the best line of that whole movie when he told Tony, when you have when you can help people, when you have the power to help people, you have a responsibility to act.
Yeah.
To do the right thing. I mean, like this guy just made Captain America's case for him. I mean, jeez. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
So I mean, God,
Jesus Christ!
He made a fantastic Spider-Man. That like he grabs Winter Soldier's arm, like, oh, whoa, is that a metal arm? That's cool.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Like that. That's Spider-Man.
Yeah, geeking out over Captain America and all that. That's definitely. I mean, it's just that in his movies, it's like, God, what the heck changed? Jeez.
I honestly, guys, I honestly really hope that Andrew and Toby actually teach Tom how to be a proper Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
And I really hope that they finally establish Uncle Ben in the third movie, because where the fuck is Uncle Ben?
When DC references Uncle Ben before Marvel does, that says something.
That's really sad. Yeah.
Mark, did you remember in the Snyder Cut when one of the names on the Superman memorial tablets was Ben Parker? Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious that they reference.
I mean, jeez. I mean, come on, man. God.
I mean, they did sort of hint at Uncle Ben when in Far From Home, like Ben Parker's initials were on Peter's briefcase.
I would have.
Yeah. And they said something before. I think in the first Spider-Man film, it's something he said about Aunt May's had kind of a rough time.
Yeah.
Stuff.
He said that Aunt May's been through a lot.
I don't know why they're just so afraid of just mentioning him. I mean,
how about this? Remember when the first time that Peter and Mysterio fought, and he shows him the stone grave of Tony Stark.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How about instead of Tony Stark, that was Uncle Ben?
Thank you.
He could have just said, if you were a lot better, your Uncle Ben would still be alive.
Yeah, that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah. And look, Alfred Molina actually came back, and actually he explained how Doc Ock comes back to life, and Jesus Christ, was it dumb? Because
they said something about he grabbed his
arms swam him to shore, which doesn't make sense, because in the end of the first Spider-Man 2, like, we literally saw his arms die with him, like the little lights on they flickered and turned black. Yeah. Jeez. So it doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't.
And why would he want to? Yeah. And why would he want to destroy the multiverse? Let me guess. Because he walked in on Tony.
So. I mean, I have no earthly idea. So I mean,
because he walked in on Tony Stark in bed with Rosie or something. I don't know.
There you go.
like from what Far From Home set up, like what they should have done in the story, like it's simple. Peter is framed for murder. He's wanted. He's on the run, and they send Kraven to go after him.
There you go. Hey, there you go. That would have made a lot more sense. Yeah.
Not bringing back Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. How about this? Yeah, they could bring in they could finally bring in the Sinister Six. Like
there we go.
Yeah. Like they could have what was his name? Vulture, Mysterio, Michael Mando as Scorpion.
Morbius film,
Yeah,
he's supposed to be in the Morbius film, so I guess they're building it that way too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Michael Mando as Scorpion and 3 other members of the Sinister Six. So they can make them. They could actually bring back. They could bring in.
I guess since Venom is officially in there now, so I mean, they have Venom. So I mean,
yeah.
I'm calling it now. Mysterio's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. He's definitely still alive. I mean, keep this in mind. Like, Mysterio had the Edith glasses for a long time, so he could have tampered with them and made Peter think that he was dead.
And we know nobody ever really dies in the anyway. So I mean,
of
course. A Black Widow movie
like,
after she died. So I mean,
like that line from Luke Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker, like, no one's ever really gone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I fucking hate that movie. It's still like the worst Star Wars film for me.
It really is. Oh dear God.
I think Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace are worse. Attack of the Clones has no reason to exist. That movie is
filler. Is really bad. I mean, Phantom Menace. I could give Phantom Menace somewhat of a pass because I had Darth Maul, and Darth Maul was an incredibly great. He was badass. I mean, that saber fight was incredible.
Dude, Rise of Skywalker.
Attack of the Clones just almost has no redeeming features.
I don't like sand.
Of course, and when I think of Darth Vader, I don't think of he's overly critical. He never listens. He doesn't understand. He's not fair.
I mean, they did improve on Anakin a little bit in Revenge of the Sith. I'll give them that.
Oh yeah, Revenge of the Sith was fantastic. You could
Revenge of the Sith is great, even though
the first 2 gone straight to Revenge of the Sith, and oh my God, that was incredible.
I mean, his acting in Revenge of the Sith was a little bit better.
I'm sorry.
I think he was a lot better. I think if you look at it, he's a lot better when he's with Ewan McGregor. They have a lot better chemistry than he and Natalie Portman. They just had zero chemistry at all.
Which is which is what made his turn to the dark side much more tragic, because like seeing these two who were so close getting to fight each other was really heartbreaking.
Exactly.
You underestimate my power.
Yeah, basically Obi-Wan used
Obi-Wan
used Anakin's haughtiness against him.
Yeah. I think we should have had him in the movies from the beginning. I would have started Clone Wars with the first one, continued it in the second one, and just went ahead and started with and skipped Jake Lloyd. Nothing against Jake Lloyd, I mean, I know the poor kid had a really hard life. He turned out to be schizophrenic. I mean, that kid.
Oh yeah. He's actually in a psychiatric hospital now. He's in a psychiatric hospital now. So
that's just really sad.
It really is sad.
I mean, I would have just skipped that and just had him around Luke's age.
Yeah. In Phantom Menace, they could have already started off the movie with Anakin and Obi being like apprentice and master. And basically have Anakin be like 17 or 16.
I did like it that you had Qui-Gon, though, and Qui-Gon getting killed, because that raised the whole issue of if Qui-Gon hadn't been killed, would he have been a better master? He probably would have been.
Yeah, and guys,
Obi-Wan admitted in Return of the Jedi that he screwed up.
Yeah, and guys, I just realized something absolutely hilarious. So, Aiden, you still there? Aiden? Okay, he's not there. So I want to share my screen for a bit. This is fucking funny because it really is. It's both funny and ironic because
George Lucas can't write.
No, it's not that George Lucas. George Lucas. I mean,
I think he's great with story ideas. He's terrible with dialogue, though.
He should just be a story executive, not as a director, though.
He should just write the story of like in the originals with the second and third with Empire and Jedi. He wrote the story and let others do the screenplay.
I think that because this is one of the many things that is so frustrating about Phantom Menace. Like, because I think Mr. Plinkett said it better. Like, instead of wasting the audience's time with political dialogue that goes on for 20 fucking minutes, how about you? Oh, I don't know, develop your characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, although personally, I the political stuff in Phantom Menace. The political stuff in the movie could have worked. It could have worked because it would have showed us how Palpatine deceived the Senate into making him.
In that sense, I think it worked because you could see him kind of deceiving everybody. But I mean, I think it's just there's so many changes in tone with that movie because it's all over the place. First, you have this so-called invasion of Naboo, in which case I never really felt any danger because the whole thing looked like a joke to me. I mean, these little robots seem like a joke to me. I'm like, these guys aren't a threat. I mean, come on, they're little tin cans. I mean, and I get that, his rationale was, oh, well, I mean, they didn't work, so that's why they did the clones. Well, why not make them great and this make the clones better, So, I mean,
I still think it should have been Obi-Wan, like, in Phantom Menace. Excuse me. In Phantom Menace, it should have just been Obi-Wan interacting with Anakin the whole time. Not Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan. Because Obi-Wan barely shares any scenes with Anakin in Phantom Menace. Right. So, him becoming his master is Anakin, like, Trey. He's like, I knew. He's like, Obi-Wan, train the boy. And Anakin's just like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny because Yoda said earlier in Phantom Menace that he can't train him because he's too old, and yet later in the movie he's like,
he's mine.
Give a shit. I don't go ahead and train him.
To me, I'm like, what? They just literally rip babies from their cribs, from their families.
Yeah,
so they won't get attached? What the heck?
Yeah.
Geez, that's just weird to me. That whole thing was just weird and creepy to me. I mean, it still is, really. I mean, I don't know. Jeez. I get that he said Luke was too old, but I mean, maybe he could have made the age, I don't know, some like a teenager or something. I don't know. Jeez.
Yeah. And how about this? Like, what was I gonna say? It was something about Anakin. Oh yeah, do you guys remember that line from Anakin in Revenge of the Sith when he said that, oh, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil and something like that?
Yeah.
Honestly, from his point of view, I don't blame him for thinking that because they literally took him away from his mom when he was a child and made him refuse to see her. And the
Jedi are fucking terrible in the prequels. Like they're not heroes. They're not guardians of truth and justice. These guys fucking suck.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't blame Luke for thinking that they should die off. I mean, they kind.
Yeah. Well, you had think about it. You had a Sith Lord under the noses for years.
Yeah.
I mean, for what? 13 years between Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith, and he's been Chancellor for 13 years, and they couldn't even smell it.
Yeah.
And they met with this guy over and over again. And I get that he could cloak himself with the dark side, but they should have been able. I mean, come on, even Yoda didn't sense anything. I mean, they just looked incompetent.
You guys look like
right in his hands. Yeah.
Like when Obi-Wan said in A New Hope that the Jedi are all but extinct, and now we know why, because they're morons. Their idiocy cost them.
Yeah, they really did. Yeah, which that kind of worked story-wise too, because. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought that it's like I was saying with Phantom Menace. You had that so-called invasion that didn't work. It didn't even seem like much of a threat. So they didn't establish them as a threat from the beginning. Then you go to Tatooine, and he has to save this boy because they're stuck on Tatooine. Then you go to Coruscant, and all of a sudden there's this political stuff again, and and I don't know. And then they go back, and there's that whole battle scene. So I mean,
yeah,
it was just kind of all over the place.
It was really all
and
over.
Then again, the final battle doesn't really work much because you never established them as a threat from the beginning.
No,
yeah,
you didn't establish them as a threat.
Yeah, and
like a joke.
Yeah, okay, it's something other than Star Wars. Okay, guys, look. Do you guys remember Rise of Skywalker when they just revealed right away for no reason that Rey is a Palpatine and a descendant of Palpatine?
Yes.
Like that came out of completely left field because just like 1 movie ago, they said that she was a nobody, which I would have preferred, to be
They
honest.
should have kept it like that.
Yeah.
She's not related. She's not related to a Force user. You know, she's just a normal girl that just happened to have the Force.
You have to keep this in mind. The entire reason the sequel trilogy went to shit was because there was no planning. They didn't plan the shit beforehand.
There wasn't exactly. That's my thing too. That's my thing too, Justine, because my thing is, you know, as bad as the prequels were, there was at least a coherent story from beginning to end.
Yeah. I mean, look, people can say whatever they want over the prequels, but the prequels have one thing over the sequels. They didn't butcher the Skywalker saga, and they actually had a cohesive story. Like the prequels had a good flow. The original trilogy had a good flow.
Ian McDiarmid killed it in the prequels. I gotta say, in all 3 movies, Ian McDiarmid killed it. He was
in Revenge of the Sith, he really killed it.
He really killed it in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, but I mean, as an actor, he's a really heck of an actor.
You can definitely tell. You can definitely tell he had way too much fun in Revenge of the Sith.
Like, seriously, why was Palpatine in Rise of Skywalker? They should have kept him dead.
Yeah, he really should have been.
And they don't even explain how he came back.
I always hated that from the time they brought that back from the time they brought the Palpatine clone back in the EU, in the expanded universe, you know, where they brought him back as a clone and he turned Luke. I'm like, what is this? I mean, just disrespected Vader's sacrifice, you know.
Exactly. I mean, I'm pretty much never gonna watch Return of the Jedi the same way, knowing that Vader died for nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the rumor, I'm still hoping the rumor is true that, you know, that there's infighting there and that they're hoping that Jon Favreau and, oh God, I forget the guy's name who does, what's his name? The showrunner for The Mandalorian.
Dave Filoni?
Filoni. Yeah, that he and Filoni are supposedly going to reboot it, you know. So
reboot the prequels?
The sequels.
Oh, I would love to see a reboot of the sequels.
Yeah.
Although you have to keep in mind, it wouldn't really work that way, knowing that, you know, Carrie Fisher passed away, Peter Mayhew passed away. The actor who played R2-D2, what's his name?
Kenny Baker. Yeah,
Kenny Baker. Because you have to keep in mind, like one of the biggest reasons why this sequel trilogy sucked was because this was the last chance that the old actors from the original trilogy had their chance to pass the torch on to the new generation, and they botched it horribly.
And even Mark Hamill said something, and this was something I had a problem with from the first of the sequels, you know, that when the fact that they had all of the original cast in there and we had no scene with all of them together, that really, I'm like, you just blew a golden opportunity, because there is no way in hell Harrison Ford is ever going to come back. He finally got what he wanted. Han Solo was dead. So he's not going to come back no matter what. Yeah,
he's really not going to come back. And guys, look, again, the problem with the sequel trilogy, there was no planning. Like J.J. Abrams wanted shit his way. Ryan Johnson wanted shit his way. Colin Trevorrow wanted shit his way. And honestly, then at the last minute, they dunked Trevorrow and replaced him with Abrams. And Abrams, he makes so many drastic changes that completely negate everything in Last Jedi, like Rey being a descendant of Palpatine, which would and not only that, the idea that Palpatine had children kind of comes out of left field, because the prequels never even established that he even had any kids. Although I did remember saying that she was a clone, though. She was a clone of Palpatine, but it still comes out of left field.
Yeah, it really does.
And guys, look,
he was just trying to. I think JJ was just doing some of JJ's worst tendencies and just trying to use nostalgia to try to fix everything. You know.
Yeah. That's literally all he does.
Into this exactly. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. And guys, look, when I found out that Lando was gonna come back in Rise of Skywalker, I was gonna I can't wait for them to insultingly kill him off.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Although for the record, keep this in mind: the only character in the old trilogy, the only character from the old trilogy that didn't die an insulting death was Leia. Yeah. Leia's death in Rise of Skywalker was pretty good. I'll give you that. Luke's death, however, he just uses up all of his force powers and then fades into thin air.
That with the force, he has become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, by force projecting himself the thousands of light years away. Wow.
Across the galaxy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And not only that, so the problem with Luke just being like outcasting himself. Like he says that he came to this island to die. Dude, you came to this island to die, and you left a map for everyone to find you.
Yeah.
So let me get you came to the island to die, but you left trails that could lead back to you. Like, yeah, oh my God.
I had a real problem with that. Him just kind of quitting and going into hiding. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, come on. I mean, that's
Yeah, you want to know what I would have had it? I would have had it that the reason he went into hiding was because Supreme Leader Snoke used his power to cut him off from the Force. Like he literally used it to like cut Luke off from the Force. That would have established how powerful Snoke was. And Luke, he would have to go to Ahch-To to like try and find a way to reconnect himself to the Force again, so that he can fight against Snoke. That's
but
how
then they just killed Snoke like he was nothing, because subverting expectations, I guess. So I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, guys. Look, I'm honestly kind of okay with them killing off Snoke, because like Kylo was supposed to be the big villain of the trilogy, not Snoke. So I would have been okay with Kylo being the main villain if they hadn't shoved in Palpatine in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our friend on Facebook, his name's Seth. He's actually working on his own editor's cut of the sequel trilogy, and he's I've seen some footage from his cut. It literally looks way better than whatever the fuck we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Snoke should have been oh God, what's his name? Darth Sidious's master, the one who actually figured
Darth Plagueis?
Yeah, Darth Plagueis the Wise. Yeah. Darth Plagueis the Wise. Yes, the one who actually figured out how to return to life. So I mean, how to beat death. So
yeah. The honestly, if they had revealed that Snoke was Darth Plagueis, I mean, everybody kind of saw it coming. If they had did that.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
And not only that, like I just realized something funny. The MCU film, The Eternals, is coming out in November, and we still don't have a trailer for that film.
No, we don't. What's going on?
I know. Have you guys seen the footage? Have you seen Kumail Nanjiani? That guy looks like a beast now. I mean, he got ripped as hell for that film.
I saw a picture of him. Yeah, he looks huge. Yeah.
Yeah, he really does.
They just came out with Shang-Chi. They better come out with something for Eternals soon.
Yeah. And guys, let's be honest here. The only reason Marvel is making an Eternals movie is to compete with DC's New Gods,
which got canceled.
New Gods got canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Let me make and then not only that,
are they still... because I'm not. You can't be surprised because Ava DuVernay had so many other projects going on that she has announced since then. So it's like, it's like everybody was just waiting for that to happen. So
yeah.
I thought it wouldn't surprise anybody that was dropped.
Are they still doing the Trench movie, the movie about the trench?
That got canceled.
Oh yeah.
Did that get canceled? I didn't even realize that had got canceled. Wow.
Guys,
that got canceled.
Let's be honest here. If Warner Brothers is willing to do a fucking Trench movie but not Man of Steel 2, then something is definitely wrong with them.
They really are. I think they're just kind of making up shit as they go along.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Hey, Aiden, who's that?
As they go along. So
who's this guy? Aiden.
That's Sour.
Sour. Okay. Hey, Sour. Anyways, so you want to know? And I was gonna say something until Sour came along and then made me forget about it.
Wow, you dick.
Yeah. Guys, look, I can look. I'm not gonna defend Warner Brothers here on this one, but I can at least understand why they fucked up with DC movies post BVS, like what we saw in Suicide Squad and what we saw in Justice League, the Whedon cut of the movie.
Justice League with the CGI mustache, the ice skating brunch flash, and Derpy Wolf.
Oh, God.
Thirsty young woman. Imagine calling a strong woman like Lois Lane.
Man, that was amazing. I love that.
Jeez.
Dude, guys, let me make this clear.
Hey, look on the Flash.
The way he ran in that movie was so dumb. Like, guys, let me make this clear. I would rather go through Vietnam 5 times over than watch the Whedon cut again.
I could not watch that movie. I could not watch it.
I literally can't. I literally can't. It was so painful. I can't believe that I used to love that film when I saw it back in my junior year in high school. Like, Jesus Christ.
I used to like Suicide Squad when I saw it in theaters, and that's my most hated DCEU movie.
Yeah,
I did too. Honestly, when I first saw it, I mean, I liked it. It was just kind of dumb fun, you know. I mean, I just thought, hey, it's fun, but you know, just hearing about how they really changed it, screwed over David Ayer, you know, and
yeah, but you gotta understand. Like, look, I'm not defending WB. They're still to blame for this, but I can understand why they wanted to make Justice League and the other DC movies more like Marvel, because they're a business, you know, and as a business, they gotta pander to the opinions of their consumers. And if their consumers,
I can understand that, but I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot because I mean, if you're doing that, you're always just going to be seen as a carbon copy, and you're never going to do as well. You know,
exactly. Even if they
an alternative, and you still could have had. I mean, they still had plenty of other films in the pipeline that obviously would have been lighter. You know, Flash and Shazam and everything they were already planning. But I mean, you still could have had that alternative, you know, like, okay, they're doing this, we're doing that, you know. So I mean, you got to have something to set yourself apart. That's my thing.
Exactly, dude. Like, even if they did everything they did, lighthearted tone, more jokes, more campy, whatever, they were still gonna hate it either way. Like, they were stuck between a rock and a hard place. What were they gonna do? Yeah. Like, I'm not defending them, but I can understand at least why they would fuck up, because. When let me make this clear. I literally hoped that after the thing with the Richard Donner cut and after Burton's Batman, after them interfering with their projects, they would learn not to get in the way of the director's vision. They would learn.
They've never learned. They've never learned. They keep doing that. They freaked out after Batman Returns.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, after Batman Returns and the parents groups got all up in arms about how dark that was, and you know, the kind of the implied sexuality between, you know, he and Catwoman. They freaked out, and that's where we got Joel Schumacher.
To the parents, I say,
I remember that.
Read a comic book. Read a fucking
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
I'm so excited for that Robert Pattinson Batman movie. I hope it's rated R. I want an R-rated dark Batman movie.
Honestly, Devin, I'm not really that much looking forward into the Robert Pattinson Batman movie because I fucking want a fucking standalone Ben Affleck Batman movie. Damn it!
I still want a Ben Affleck. Yeah.
I mean,
I would settle for a series. I'd love a series on HBO. I keep wondering, why have we not done another Batman series since 1966?
Yeah,
there have been several Superman series. You would think a Batman series would be a lot cheaper because he doesn't have to, fly or shoot lasers out of his eyes.
Yeah, exactly. So, just do what Burton did. Build like a Gotham set.
Yeah, I mean,
and actually make it look like Gotham City and not Chicago, like what Nolan did. Come on, guys, look. I don't want to see Batman jumping off rooftops on what is obviously Chicago. That's pretty much why I believe that Batman Begins is the best Batman film, because Gotham City in that movie at least looked like Gotham City.
It
really did. Yeah, and not only that, come on, guys, let's be fair here. If they're not willing to do a Man of Steel 2 movie, then it's already pretty clear that they don't care about the DCU anymore.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care about Superman. If they want for them with the Black Alliance, instead of just doing a Black Superman movie, why not just do Jon Stewart?
Yeah.
Like a Jon Stewart Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that? I don't even know if that's still planned or not, because I mean, at one time it was supposed to be like this whole buddy cop thing. You were supposed to have like an older Hal and a younger
John
Stewart. Yeah, it was supposed to be Hal and John Stewart. It was supposed to be kind of like from what I understood, kind of like Lethal Weapon in space.
It's funny.
I would have loved that.
It's funny that they're developing a Zatanna movie over Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And guys, look. You know what they should do? They should bring Chris Evans into the DCEU and cast him as either younger Hal Jordan or as Kyle Rayner. I think either way he would make a good Kyle Rayner or a Hal Jordan, depending on whether they want Hal Jordan to be older or younger.
I think he could get away with Hal Jordan. Yeah. I'd like kind of a little more experienced Hal Jordan, but I mean, because with Hal Jordan, I mean, you could go with that's one of those things you could go with. Okay, he's been Hal Jordan for years, even before Superman because I mean he's been in space this whole time.
Yeah.
So
And guys, remember when Wonder Woman 84 came out and the people who hated on the DCEU constantly for not having enough color, not being lighthearted enough, not having enough jokes, complained about Wonder Woman 84 for being too campy, too colorful, too jokey. When you literally asked for that, you kept begging the studio to make it more like MCU, and yet when they did, you started complaining. It really shows there's no pleasing these people.
No, there isn't.
Warner Brothers fucking hit rock bottom with the DCEU because they were pandering to the wrong people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. I gotta get ready for work soon.
Oh yeah.
Hey, take it easy, man. Good to meet you.
Nice talking to you guys. And
Bye, Devin.
I wouldn't mind doing this again, actually.
Yeah. How about this?
Yeah.
When Ghostbusters Afterlife comes out, we should like stream same time.
Oh yeah. I've been looking forward to that.
Oh shit! I forgot that was supposed to come out this month.
No, it's coming out in June.
It was supposed to come out last month. I remember it getting delayed to next month.
Yeah.
It's come out in June. We should do this like every single time a big movie comes out.
Yeah. That sounds great to me.
Yeah.
When's the next one coming on HBO Max?
When's what?
When's the next big one coming to HBO Max?
I think it's Ghostbusters Afterlife, or is that not a Warner
I
Brothers?
don't think
That's not Warner Brothers. That's Sony.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll see you guys.
All right.
See you later, man. Take it
Bye,
easy.
Devin.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, man.
Yeah, and I'll make this clear right now. I am not looking forward to Suicide Squad at all. The new Suicide Squad.
Me either. Because I mean, look, it was apparent what they wanted. You seen from the beginning, they wanted a Guardians of the Galaxy clone, so they went out and got the guy who directed Guardians of the Galaxy. So now they're going to get their Guardians of the Galaxy clone. Oh, and they're making Radar. Big deal. I mean,
dude, look, James Gunn. Look. I don't like James Gunn as a person, but as a director, I can get behind him as a director.
He's fine as a director. You know, I mean,
the guy's a piece of shit, but whatever. But.
It's not even hit. It's just, man, I really would like to see Ayer's original cut of the Suicide Squad. I'd really like to see them.
I would rather watch that than whatever the fuck the theatrical cut was. Jesus Christ.
Jeez, yeah. So.
And look, the trailer for the new Suicide Squad movie, them making it more like Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't make any sense because the Suicide Squad, they're not necessarily like the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Suicide Squad, they were basically just an elite military death squad that were sent on suicide missions, and if they died, oh well, they died. The Guardians of the Galaxy are just like Pirates of the Caribbean in space.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the Suicide Squad, they're just literally bad guys who are just doing this because, if you don't, she's going to blow your head off. So,
Exactly. Oh, hello there.
This is my son. Say hey. That's my son. Say hey, Jack.
Hello.
Oh.
That's my son, Jack. So, he's been playing. Say, wait, hi, Jack. What have you been playing, Jack?
Lego Marvel Avengers.
Lego Marvel Avengers 2. Okay. Lego Marvel Avengers 2 or Lego Marvel Superheroes 2?
I think it's Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. I've played that game.
Yeah, there is. He said it's pretty sure it's Lego Marvel Avengers 2. So.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
yep.
Yeah, and not only that, like in the trailer when he said, I don't want to say this in front of you, kid, but when he said that if I saw a beach full of dildos, I would.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my God, that was so dumb.
Yeah.
The jokes and when Harley Quinn said that rain droplets are angel jizz, Jesus Christ.
Geez. It's like, what the heck is that supposed to?
I did not laugh once in the trailer. Not even that really stupid joke. Not even that dumb joke where King Shark raises his hand and says, "Had."
Yeah. Oh God. Jeez.
Okay, they're basically turning King Shark into Groot, even though he's nothing like Groot at all.
Why do they have Sylvester Stallone? Lego Marvel Superheroes. I thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why did they have Sylvester Stallone? What?
Sylvester Stallone is playing King Shark.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even realize. Yeah, I saw that. I just saw that he's playing King Shark. I was like surprised. I'm like, what the heck is he doing playing King Shark if he's just doing ad?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ! Like, and not only that, like, who's gonna be the villain in the Suicide Squad? Did they say, or who's gonna be the villain?
Starro was in there. Because
Starro. Yeah.
Yeah, Starro was in there. He was in
But
the trailer.
Starro isn't a Suicide Squad villain. He's a Justice League villain.
It's,
Yeah.
just like looks like they're just throwing
Yeah.
shit together.
Yeah, and not only that, like I honestly the only DCU I'm looking forward to the most is the Black Adam movie, Aquaman 2, and the second Shazam film.
I'd say that. Yeah, that's about what I'm at now.
I mean,
Maybe the Flash, although I'm kind of skeptical about that because I'm like, I wonder what they're going to do with it, though. I mean, because I don't know what they're going to do with it. Because I mean, I know they're going to have, Michael Keaton in there. He's going to be back as that. I mean, I don't know. I know they're doing the whole multiverse thing like Spider-Man is doing. So I mean,
they're probably going to do. I actually think they might actually do like a live action Batman Beyond TV series. That's why they're probably bringing in Keaton.
I'm wondering about that. Yeah, I'm wondering about that because I mean that would be great to see him back as to see Michael Keaton back. In Batman Beyond. Dude, he's perfect for that.
And not only that, like what I just realized is the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. I mean, I am looking forward to it, but I want a Ben Affleck. Damn it.
Me too.
Like I actually heard a rumor
too, and I mean my thing is, it's not even anything against him. He's a good actor. He's fine. It just honestly I'm tired of seeing a Batman at the beginning of his career. We've seen several movies now. It's always Batman at the beginning of his career. I want a more experienced Batman. I want a Batman like everybody in his 40s or so who has Robin. I want Robin, Nightwing, Damian, Red Hood, the whole shebang. We
want it right off the bat. Like, keep this in mind.
The Bat family, man.
The only Batman movie where he got in right off the bat, not having to establish anything, was Ben Affleck. Like the other iterations, they started off with him right off the bat.
Exactly. I mean, I don't need to see Batman at the beginning of his career again. Dear God, we already know about this. Give us the Batman.
I actually heard a rumor that the Robert Pattinson Batman film was originally supposed to be a prequel to Ben Affleck's movies, but that was pretty much debunked because in the trailer someone was holding a smartphone.
Yeah, exactly. So, clearly not that. So, I mean, but he's claimed before that it's supposed to be in the DCEU, but I don't know how true that is. So, I mean, apparently other heroes exist, but I mean, I'm like, is this just some other multiverse or what?
It's definitely an Elseworld movie, if you ask me.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. Some kind of multiverse thing.
Or how about this? Think about this. What if the Joaquin Phoenix Joker film and the Robert Pattinson Batman film take place in the same universe?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've thought about it. So
yeah. Anyways, dude.
Well, apparently, I was going to say that Todd Phillips, he apparently wants to make another one.
Wow, really? No, I actually don't think he should. Like Joker, the first Joker movie had a good ending. Like
it really did. God, it was so good. I would just leave it alone. It was just a great standalone.
Yeah, and dude, I'd love to stick around more, but I got an online lecture in like 20 minutes. So it was nice talking to you. Hopefully next time. Yeah, hopefully next time.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right. See you later.
See ya.
Take care, everybody.